This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
You know, some people say that Odoo business management software is like fertilizer, the way it promotes growth and all. But other people say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. And there's some people who would even say Odoo's individual software programs come together to build the perfect suite like building blocks. Well, Odoo is all of these things. Fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. So sign up now at odoo.com. ODOO.com.
And
boom! Common man, no show prep, no solid plan. Spins a yarn, recants a tale. Yes, a daring approach won't fail. Tune in, it's time for Common Man. Common man, charge the housewives like no one can. What'd you shoot? Where'd we play? Non-stop nonsense on deck today. Tune in, it's time for Common Man.
Why should anybody aspire to be a common man, an average man? Do you realize what it means to be average? That means you're the best of the lousiest, and the lousiest of the best. Now, if we demand more and more for producing less and less, while the have-not nations encourage and inspire and indeed require hard work and maximum effort, if we deify the common men while they encourage and reward the uncommon ones, well, the end result of such a lopsided race as that is too obvious to require elaboration.
I mean, it's like, hello?
You like that? You like that?
Rosa, you don't know nothing.
I'm a fraud.
Yes.
Sometimes when you practice, you'll set up chairs. You know, when you run through chairs just to show zones and stuff, the Viking defense looks like it's chairs. All the defensive backs covering are just atrocious today for the Minnesota Vikings.
Brett Favre that I'm tired of Brett Favre.
You're breaking up, Bob.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, I always love that one.
Boy, how disappointing is that?
We're the state of hockey, and I think that proves it, so.
We can't start winning until we stop losing.
What are you doing? Border battle! Yes! No! Yes! No! Yes! No!
Stop! Let's go.
Hello. Okay, hold on.
Nuts and bolts, we got screwed! And he's loose!
I'm going to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
A dog with a note in his mouth should be able to sell those later.
Well done, young man!
he's
is the clown from Brown. He's the fourth in the north. This is the common man, Dan Cole.
Oh, boy. Hold on to your hats, buckle your seatbelts, and batten down the hatches. It promises to be an action-packed, fast-paced, controversial Common Man program. So many topics to get to. Have we now just witnessed the birth of the best number 2 option in the NBA? Both the Thunder and the Panthers are one game away from clinching titles. It would be the second in a row for the Panthers. The Twins, after a much-needed day off, will try to get back on the winning track when they travel to the Queen City of Cincinnati to take on the Cincinnati Redlegs. Will Rudy Gobert be traded? Will who's our other guy that I want traded? There's another guy I wanted traded. Oh, no. Will Durantula? Oh, a story says Durantula has no interest in coming to Minnesota. And the soon-to-be big game world champion Minnesota Vikings. We now have it. Our very first Common Man broadcast from training camp is now set in stone.
Oh, boy.
Those topics and more to get to. Let's spin the wheel of topic. I want to talk training camp.
Euthanasia.
Computer got a little deeper there.
Well, the cat's got, yeah. I think somebody hacked our computer system. Sometimes you'll get that. We'll get those fake emails here at work.
Yeah.
And then if you click them, they go,
trying to fish you.
Yeah, did we catch you? That was a fake email. I've never been caught. As a matter of fact, you know what my excuse is now when they send me an email that I don't respond to? I go, I didn't know if it was real or not. I thought it was fake.
Well, yeah.
And it's true, though. I mean,
yes.
How do I know? Quit sending me fake emails. How do I know when a legit one's a legit one? I would weigh in on that controversial topic of euthanasia, Tennessee, but I don't know any young children from that part of the world, so could you spin the wheel of topic again?
Yeah.
Commons golf game.
Oh. Okay.
What did you shoot today?
6 over 79. I had to make sure I said it was 6 over because Loggers was playing as a par 73 today. 17 sometimes
Where'd we
plays
play?
as a 3 and other times play as a 4. Loggers Trail.
Where'd you hit it on 1?
Right up the gut.
How far from the green were you?
Well, we actually started on 10 today. So on 1, I also hit it right up the gut as well. On 10, I hit a hybrid, a beautiful 19-degree hybrid. On 1, I hit a bad 8, and I flared it short and right. I tried to, I was between clubs. I was trying to be clever, and I missed the green. I actually made bogey on 1.
Then what?
I couldn't get up and down. I chunked a wedge on it. I was afraid to be good, but then I hit a nice wedge. Yesterday, it was the short game that allowed me to throw out a 5 over 77 at the wick. Today was 6 over 79, and the short game prevented me from going even lower. I literally left. Hey, look, I've said this to you before, Tennessee. If we corrected each and every one of our shots that went awry during a round of golf, we would all be like you and have an experience that's not unlike that of a PGA Tour player, but you can't do that. But there were of the 6 over, seriously, there was 3. It's like, how do you miss that putter? How do you hit that wedge at that moment? So, but I'm trending in the right direction. I'm starting to feel good. Now, again, I've described my game before as a roller coaster at Valley Fair. I'm slowly climbing the incline. Now, when I get to the bottom, I go back to the top of the slide where I stop and I turn and I go for a ride and I get to the bottom and I'll see you again. My game is very helter-skelter-like, but right now it's trending in the right direction. I'm just so excited and delighted about it because now I'm getting into that situation where I'm playing some Rube Golf coming up. I've donated my services to a number of charities all across the Twin Cities. Go ahead and hit the horn. And what I do is I golf with Rubes, and I get some of the various golf courses around town to donate the rounds of golf in the carts, and we go up and we play, and the charity gets money for paying. And they're paying. These people are paying hundreds, yes, hundreds of dollars to play with the Common Man, and it's always a good time. And the first thing I do is I throw out a couple of cheap shots, and then I say, "Do you guys mind if I cheap shot you?" And you know what they say? They say that's why no, that's what we paid for. We want you to cheap shot us. So then I do the old take 2 weeks off and quit. I can cut 5 shots off your next round. If I played like you, pause, I wouldn't. And I'll be doing that. And there's nothing worse. Did you see the video that Kara put together of my game? My swing is so bad there. It's night and day now. I now look more like Adam. Okay, that's ridiculous. Does Adam Scott have the greatest swing you've ever seen right now? Did you see his swing when they showed it in slow motion? I don't know if right now, there are people that, Scotty Scheffler's a better player tournament out, but just the beauty of the swing. Adam Scott's.
My wife thinks it's very beautiful as well.
Yeah, of course she does. Yeah. It's just a gorgeous golf swing, but trending in the right direction. I hit so many marvelous shots today. And you know what it is, Sam? It's just slowing down and not lurching at the ball. It's not you rang. It's not lurching at the ball. Do you know who Lurch is from Adam's family?
Yes.
You rang. It's not lurching at the ball where I want to help it. I do this so that I stand, I lean into it, and then I come over the top like I'm chopping wood. That's what you saw in that video. She asked me if it was okay to post it, and I almost didn't want to because my swing is just so bad. Today, for the most part, I had the swing of a middle-aged man rather than an old man. I get that old man swing going. There's nothing worse than the old man swing. Over the top, terrible, 210 to the right. Ugh. But today, I had the swing of a middle-aged man. Very happy.
You found the Mark Rosen Fountain of Youth, apparently.
I did find, and maybe I need to see the Fitness King. You know what else happened today? This is weird. Have you ever thought about something, and then like 2 days later it happens? Today, just before I came on the air, I went to use the restroom here up on the 5th floor of 1600 Utica Avenue South, and I kind of just threw my shoulder into the door because normally the door handle's been broke for a long time. It's like Wheel of Topic. You can spin the door handle. It just spins around in a circle, right? Somebody had maintenance guy, handyman guy here at 1600 Utica Avenue South. He fixed the door handle, and I've been thinking just 2 days, no, it must have been last week because yesterday was Monday. I was thinking, are they ever going to fix this door handle? Because it doesn't work. You've noticed that, right?
Yep.
So normally you just have to, kind of put your shoulder into the door a little bit when you walk in. I almost knocked myself out. I hit the door and it just went wham and I went back. And I'm just so excited. And I don't know who reported it because I didn't report it. I will often report things that are on that aren't working here. But I'm glad somebody did because it makes my life so much easier. It's the simple things in life tend to be. Did you notice it right away?
It's been broken for weeks.
Yeah, it's been broken for such a long time, and we finally have it fixed. One other, by the way, we are calling this a Talkback Tuesday. We'll start taking your talkbacks between now and 1:30 or so. Try to get them in actually by 1:50. You can get them in by 1:30. Then what I'll do is during that bottom of the hour break, I can scroll through them in here and I will pick out ones that we want. It could be on any topic you want. If you want to talk about euthanasia, that's great. If you know young kids from the Orient, if you want to talk about Commons golf game, you can do that as well. If you want to talk about a little of this and a little of that, whatever's on your mind, and we'll call through them and we'll spend 1:30 to 2 o'clock playing talkbacks that have been sent to KFAN or to Booth. No, it's you just have to go. No, talk. How do you do the talkback? Oh yeah, you just click the icon in the corner
iHeartRadio app.
Yeah,
there's a microphone right next to the play button when you go to the KFAN station.
Yes, that's exactly it. So plenty to get to. I got some text messages coming in already. So we'll take a break. We'll regroup. Is Keyword back today or is that next week?
Next week.
Next week. So don't be listening next week for Keyword. We call it Bonus Bucks. So we'll take a short break, come back with more of the Common Man program here on The Fan.
And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Hey, everybody. So when you get asked, what is Odoo, what comes to mind?
Well, I'll tell you, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But, some people also say that Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable.
Ooh. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. Whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it.
Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/iHeart. Greenlight.com/iHeart.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out, but no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
The 50s at the Minnesota Street Rod Association event June 20th through the 22nd at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Enjoy the Classic Car Marketplace, T6 Flyover, the Great Race, Cruisin' Art Craft Fair, and so much more. Head over to our contest page for your shot at a pair of tickets. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest to enter.
Peek at the Purple is brought to you by Affordable Electric. They're licensed electricians, specialize in identifying and correcting code violations to keep your home safe and up to standard, from outdated wiring to missing GFCIs. We all know that missing GFCIs can be critical. They fix it all quickly and correctly. Family-owned and operated business, your safety is their priority. Affordable-electric.com. Affordable-electric.com. Affordable Electric is shockingly affordable. Now I know what that Joy Buzzer beer can feels like. Not really much going on in Vikingville other than to say our first training camp broadcast, Tennessee, mark it down on your calendar, July the 28th. July the 28th. I believe that is a Monday, a manic Monday. It's just another Minnesota.
Is that official?
Well, Chad Abbott's had to be the first day we would be there. That's what he said. Because he looked at...
I'll wait till I'll talk to Chad Abbott.
Yeah, but that's what he said. He said that we would be there Monday, July 28th would be our first day. And because I said, is that when training camp starts? He goes, no, that'll be the first day you are there. They start on that Saturday, I think. Sort of like a friends and family kind of a fun day or something like that. I don't know what they do, but I think Monday, that at least, I mean, yeah, you know, it's
Monday's the first padded practice.
Yeah, and that's we're going to be there for that. We'll be at the first padded practice, so we're looking forward to that. And as always, they will usher over a Viking player or two. And we always look forward to that, so we'll see how that goes. Was it last year where was it Cashman was on, and then all of a sudden JJ kind of stole his thunder? Jefferson came over, and we had to kind of do it. And I actually apologized to Cashman. I said, sorry about that. He goes, no, I understand.
He's from Minnesota, so he
and he knows that it's
JJ.
So what are you going to do? He's arguably the best wide receiver in pro football. Do you think he's on the way to becoming the best wide receiver in Viking history, Tenevie?
Statistically, yes.
We've had some good ones.
Yeah.
Moss, Carter, and Jefferson. And then we've had other ones that Gene Washington was a really good, Ahmad was a really good wide receiver.
Anthony Carter,
yeah. We've had a lot of
Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs.
That's, you're coming up with more names than I would have off the cuff. So, yeah, we've had a lot of Paul Flatley back in that's olden days. He just passed away not long ago. I think it was that last year when Paul passed away. So, we've been, remember when we were 3 deep? Wait, it was Reed, Carter, and Moss, right? We were 3 deep. We're MV. No, I was a different one. That was with the Wolves when we were MV3. But so there you go. There's your peek at the purple. Brought to you by our friends at Affordable Electric. For all your electrical needs, remember Affordable-Electric.
Just more info on training camp.
Yes.
So Saturday, July 26th is back together weekend. As you mentioned, Monday, July 28th, first padded practice. The listeners will want to know Monday, August 4th is their night practice. And then the last open practice is on Thursday, August 14th.
So some key dates, Vikings training camp, as it all gets underway.
Full training camp media availability schedule will be released in July.
In July, so we'll be looking forward.
But you can go to Vikings.com/camp for more information.
Another important date, Tenevie, Saturday, the days start getting shorter. Just so you... you know what? I can't help it. It's not mine. That's the way that's the way as the world turns. Do we know? Do we have any indication? Does As the World Turns still a soap opera that's in business? Because they've been around forever and they come and they go. Do we have any indication? Do we know As the World Turns?
Is that still on?
I don't know. Is that someone? Is it still on? I mean,
no, it ended 2010.
We missed it.
Ran for 54 years on CBS from 1956 to 2010.
I guess the world just stopped turning, right? Otherwise, the show would keep going. How about this text message that came in? Comment this morning, Marnie Gellner took your, won't you, Jeff Akuta bit, and all the Power Trip guys congratulated her on coming up with a great line. Sad, really. I don't know if Marnie heard it from me and then used it, and then the Power Trip verbally slapped her on the back for it. I'm used to having material stolen. Do you remember? Were you here working at the station at the time with me? Because this was a bit that I did a long time ago. I was giving away all my bits on the radio because they were being stolen by everybody at the radio station.
I was not your producer at the time, but I think I might have been here, or at least I remember at least listening to it with Davy Joe. Well,
at least PA and Dubé had the decency to do this. What PA thought? If I'm going to steal their material, I'll credit them. So anytime he would do a bit of mine, he would have Big Boy Sky go, copyright Dan Cole.
Yeah.
So at least he was giving me credit for it. I've given material. I was giving bits away on the radio. Hey, Common, can I have this bit? How about this bit? I was just giving them away. Took up the entire show. Hell, there was a guy that stole my persona. He doesn't work. I think he got let go. He was working in Columbus, Ohio. He would call himself the Common Man. Well, Pat McAfee stole the program. You've got to be kidding me. I'm used to it. But as I've said before, thievery is the sincerest form of flattery. This one says, when is the password final? I'm glad you asked. That's this coming Friday, Tenevie. Is that a 1:30 start?
1:30 start, normal Friday start.
Are you familiar with the legend of the genie's lamp, where somebody stumbles across the lamp, Aladdin's lamp, and they rub the lamp, a genie pops out and says, Master, you have 3 wishes. If that were to happen to me, my first wish would be to have 3 more wishes. My second wish would be that was Friday at 1:30. I'm willing to give up. Well, wait, I'm playing Woodhill tomorrow, so no, I don't want to give that up. So I would wish that it was 2 days from now would be the program password final at 1:30. So, yes, that's coming up on Thursday. And Tenevie, remind me, who are our former champs? Was JG and Donaldson won 1 year?
They won the first year. Then it was Corey Cove and Paul Charchian.
Okay.
And then last year was the draft year, where you got to draft your own teammate. And Paul Charchian and Greg Swedberg won in the championship.
Yeah. Samuel.
That was the one where you missed the championship matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had booked it not knowing you were going to be gone.
Yeah, I probably gave you some bad information. That's what I do occasionally. I live such a fast-paced life. I have so much going on in my life that, how am I supposed to know what I'm going to do from day to day? Something I wanted to get into a little bit, Tenneby. Do you find it hard to apologize, to say, I'm sorry, that was my fault? I don't, because I'm rarely at fault. It just doesn't, I'm generally not in a position where I have to apologize. But if I know that I have wronged somebody or done somebody wrong song, if I've sung another done somebody wrong song, I don't mind apologizing. Like I say, I don't do it often because I don't need to. But I saw a story. Her name is, I don't know if I can pronounce her first name, or she finished runner-up at the French Open. Her name is Sabalenka. Is that how you say it? Do you know? Do you have any indication?
Sure, Gerdsey would know.
Aryna Sablenka had to apologize to Coco Gauff for her unprofessional comments. And for the longest time, I couldn't find those unprofessional comments. I just saw the apology. She said, "This was just completely unprofessional of me. I let my emotions get the better of me. I absolutely regret what I said back then. We all make mistakes. I'm just a human being who's still learning in life. I think we all have those days when we lose control. But what I also want to say is that I wrote to Coco afterward, not immediately, but recently. And it says, I never intended to attack her. I was super emotional and not very smart at the press conference. I'm not necessarily grateful for what I did. It took a while to go back and think about it, to approach it with open eyes and understand. I realized a lot about myself. Why did I lose so many finals?" I found the quote later, and again, I'd have to look for it again. I don't have the exact. Oh, here it is. She said, well, no, I don't have it again. Oh, here it was. She said Gauff won not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes. Probably not the best way to say it. Not very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not very, there's a word that people use in that situation. Someone will think of it for me. But my guess is she still feels that way, right? Like Tenneby, there was there have been a couple of times where you bested me at the golf course, both times at North Oaks. Due credit to you, but I did not play very well. I'm not suggesting that that you couldn't have beaten me, but there are times, I'm sure it's happened to you in your for instance, in that game where you weren't trying to hit a home run on the 3-run homer limit. Well, it wasn't because they did anything special. You hit a home run when you weren't trying.
I made the mistake.
Yeah, so you made the mistake, and so
it wasn't some great pitch that I just couldn't handle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you probably shouldn't say that at a news conference. You find gracious, I guess is the word I'm looking for. She could have done it more graciously and found diplomatically, found a different way to say, hey, Gauff played really well, but I made a lot of mistakes out there today that I wish I could take back. Give the credit, just throw it out there, and just say, okay, even if you don't really mean it, say, you know what? Coco played really great today. She was fine, but man, there's a lot of shots I'd like to have back. I made a lot of mistakes out there today, but the apology, whether it's been, I have not seen if it's been accepted. This almost feels like a soap opera. Will she accept the apology? Those tennis players, they're very emotional. We'll take a break, come back. I already closed Purple Peek at the Purple, brought to you by Affordable Electric. Short break, come back with more Common Man program here on The Fan.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Hey, everybody. So when you get asked, what is Odoo, what comes to mind? Well, I'll tell you, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But, some people also say that Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable.
Ooh. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. Whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it.
Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out, but no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Hi, I'm Cindy Crawford, and I'm the founder of Meaningful Beauty. Well, I don't know about you, but I never liked being told, oh, wow, you look so good for your age. Why even bother saying that? Why don't you just say you look great at any age, every age? That's what Meaningful Beauty is all about. We create products that make you feel confident in your skin at the age you are now.
Meaningful Beauty. Beautiful skin at every age. Learn more at meaningfulbeauty.com.
Hey, Bonus Bucks is back on KFAN starting next week. We'll have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. That's every hour from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. To learn more, head to KFAN.com. Bonus Bucks is presented by BigTech.com.
534 top of the hour. We're accepting talkbacks on a Talkback Tuesday. iHeartRadio app, download the fan. You'll find a microphone icon in the corner of the screen. Tap it 30 seconds or less to deliver us a audio message, and we'll play some of those between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. And then at 2, the legendary Mark Rosen will join us. Last night, Thunder beat the Pacers. They're up 3-2. NBA Finals, OKC wins at home. The night before, or the game before, SGA was the star. He scored 15 of Oklahoma City's final 16 points. They stormed back, stunned the Pacers in Game 4. And then last night, Tennessee, Jalen Williams, if you squinted and tilted your head at the right angle, you saw Scottie Pippen, right? Everybody's got, the kids like to say, and I don't know how long people have been doing this, it just seems like I hear it more than I've ever heard before. You know, he's his Robin to his Batman. You know, yeah. you have a dynamic duo, and of course, Batman is the lead, and then Robin is you know, the understudy, the assistant, the helper. And he was brilliant last night. Williams scored, was it 40?
Yes.
Playoff high of 40. They I think he added something like 6 rebounds and something like, 4 or 5 assists. I think it was 4, but I'm not sure. I'm not paying as close attention to the league as I once did. Pacers rallied again. They attempted to, a ferocious rally, but they pull away from the Pacers and win 120-109. OKC now leads the series 3-2. The other story that I think might even be more important, and by the way, congratulations to Jalen Williams. Nice to have a number 2. And then when you got Holmgren there as well, and then you have Dort, he's a pretty good player. That's a nice team. It is, whether they're able to keep everybody happy financially. They have as you brought up earlier, Tenby, when I think when the Wolves faced the Thunder in the conference finals, they got a lot of draft picks too. So they should be in a good spot. But then again, you do have to pay all these players, and some players not making as much as they will be making. And can you afford to keep them all? Who do you keep? Who you don't keep? Because you can do that luxury tax thing, but you get to that second apron, and not only you're punished financially, but with draft picks and in other machinations that the club can do. But if you'll remember, Tenneby, I called to the disappointment of many Wolves fans and to the anger and ire of others when I said, well, when the Wolves if they were going to go on to win the NBA Finals or the Western Conference Finals, the banner should have an asterisk on it because Steph Curry missed the entire series. Wasn't he hurt in Game 1? He played like halfway into the second quarter. Yeah, second quarter he was out. And the Wolves went on to romp. I think they won 4-1. It only went 5, right?
Yes.
And, there were people that were bitter with me. Wet blanket Wednesday. You're negative. Why would you want to take that away? It's not the Wolves' fault he got hurt. And, I said it doesn't mean you don't accept the championship banner. But you might want to get ready to asterisk Oklahoma City's title if they win because Tyrese Halliburton is not 100%. He has a calf injury that he suffered in last night's game. He intends to play in Game 6, but whether he does play, he's doing the old, and look, at this time of year, you got to give it a go, right? It's Game 6. It's do or die. It's win or go home, though in actuality, the game's being played in Indianapolis, they're already at home. So if they lose, they don't have to go home. They're already home. So it's really not a lose or go home.
I always love that.
He went to the locker room in last night's game and had his right calf examined. He was diagnosed with calf tightness. So it wasn't as if he had it doesn't sound like he had a muscle tear or anything that was too serious. But he did not make a single field goal in his 34 minutes of action. He finished with 4 points, something like 7 rebounds, and I think it was like right around 6 assists on 0 for 6 shooting from the field. This is the first time in Halliburton's career that he failed to make a shot in a playoff game. In his 4 points tied his postseason low. Pacers coach Ricky Carlisle, who I'm a big fan of, because he supported a referee. What's the referee's name again? Scott Foster?
Yes.
Scotty Foster, apparently, speaking of ire and anger, he creates a lot of it among NBA fans. But Carlisle said he's not 100%. It's pretty clear. I don't think he's going to miss the next game. We were concerned at halftime, and he insisted on playing. I thought he made a lot of really good things happen in the second half, but he's not 100%. So, Halliburton, I got to be honest with you, Tenneby, the only Halliburton I knew was that, is there an oil company called Halliburton down in
never heard of it.
Down in Texas? Could you look up Halliburton Inc.? I think they got oil fields down there in Texas, down in the Lone Star State. Halliburton,
world's second largest oil service company, which is responsible for most of the world's fracking operations.
Yes, frickin' frack. That would be the name of my fracking operation if I had one. I'd call it frickin' frack.
The company, though incorporated in the United States, has dual headquarters located in Houston and in Dubai.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want to be in Dubai? Say goodbye to Dubai. Yeah. So that's the only Halliburton I'd ever heard of until this year. Sorry, I'm not paying as close attention to the league as I once did. Guy's a star. He's got an ego. He's more interesting because he's got an ego, and he's been really, really good. So now without Halliburton, I mean, the Pacers were already, you know what? I was going to say they were already facing an uphill battle, but were they really? I mean, the series was tied at 2-2, and then Halliburton gets hurt in the game, and then he doesn't offer up, he's ineffective, even though he got some assists and some rebounds, but he didn't score a basket, as we just said. And the Pacers made a late run. They tried to get back into the game, and they couldn't. So, but without Halliburton now, I find it's almost like a Curry-less Warriors team. A Halliburton-less Pacers team is going to have a lot of trouble. Now, do I think Halliburton is as good as Curry? Well, probably not. Now, Curry's older now, but Curry still plays at a high level. But they're both very important to their teams. I mean, Halliburton's been a star. I mean, this kid, didn't we recant the number of times where he hit huge buckets like at the buzzer with just seconds remaining to either win a game or send it to overtime? He's been a, what does P like to call him? Cold-blooded. What does he call it? Whatever it is. So, yeah.
That is a cold-blooded connection.
Yeah. So a cold-blooded connection with the net. Basketball to net, to the peach basket. And without him, I think they could be done so. And I'm hoping Rosen will feel some pity for me and some, because don't I have the Pacers in our bet?
Yeah.
I mean, and how much did we bet? I already owe them.
Don't remember anymore.
10, I think. I paid you today.
You paid me. I got my $4.
Well, it took a while. You know what? The reason I didn't pay you right away is because I needed to steal some milk money from little kids at bus stops in order to be able to afford to pay you, and I did that this morning. So you're paid off. I don't know how I'm going to pay Rosen off, but I do have the upper hand on the flow ride, and I don't know what our bets are for anymore now. I'm really careless with my money. Maybe I need some intervention because I'm just gambling now, like on everything. There's nothing I want. And I think we had a U.S. Open bet. I said somebody would finish higher than his guy Schauffele, and I probably lost that one too. Yeah, didn't we have that bet?
Did you have Burns?
Did I have Burns?
You might have had Burns.
Then Rosen got Burns.
I'll have to see if Power Trip Bets documented this one.
I wonder if they did. Because, man, I'm just glad I don't live near Diamond Joe's. They have sportsbook betting at Diamond Joe's, don't they?
They do.
Ugh. I got some real issues going on. Let me just give you this bit of advice. Lock your cars, take your keys. Don't let a good kid go bad. So we'll see what happens. But I got to think this one.
Oh, no. You owe him another $4. According to Departure Bets, Rosen wins $4 from Common as Xander Schauffele will finish the U.S. Open better than Shane Lowry after he missed the cut.
It was Lowry.
You now owe him $14.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I knew it wasn't Burns. Oh, boy. Now I'm down 14.
No!
And Lowry was awful.
Should I just leave town? Do you think he'll take it in installments? I mean, like if you got a bookie and you don't pay off, I mean, usually they'll put you in wet cement and then drop you into the Hudson Bay, right? Do you think Rosen will let me pay in installments? $14. And then what if, so how much do we have on, I owe him 14, and then how much do I have bet on the Pacers?
Don't know.
And Thunder. I think that might be 5, and I'm going to lose that one. And what if Edmonton comes back and wins 2 in a row?
No!
Well, I'm sure your checking account can probably handle these minor losses.
Are you kidding me? It's down to $65,000. Oh well. I'm in trouble.
It's not good when you're losing sports bets to Rosen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
I do it just to try to get them going, and it's not working. So this is, This is taking a turn for the worse for me.
I always wait till he says something really preposterous.
Yeah.
Then I jump in, and then he's too proud to backtrack on it, knowing that I've got him.
Yeah.
So then he just follows through on the bet, and then I just keep winning money off.
And that's what I'm doing, too. Because I just want, Lowry, because I like Shane. And Shane's had a good year. I don't think he's won an event, but he's been in the thick of things in a number of tournaments. He tore Oakmont apart the last time he was there. Remember, we had the story about the quote where he played 4 practice holes or 5, and he went back to the clubhouse and sat in the locker room with his head in his hands and said, I don't know how I can play this golf course. Then he went out and he had a 4-shot lead going into the final round. He threw out like 3 rounds in the 60s. I don't think Oakmont was playing quite as difficult as it was this past weekend. But so I was too proud to stand down for my bet. So now I'm into him for all sorts of money. Mark Rosen, the legendary one. Oh, well. So Stanley Cup tonight? Could it end tonight?
Tonight, the Stanley Cup will be in the building tonight.
Yep.
In FLA, in Florida.
In Florida. And, boy, I mean, it's like, it's okay to win on the road, but you'd rather win at home. It's right there for them. This is the one they want, right? Your thoughts? Do you think if Florida finishes it off tonight, or do you think Edmonton could dig down? Because you said the Florida goaltender's playing. He's standing on his head, right? He's this big.
He's good.
He's a clutch.
We call him Bob.
Yeah. And he's his clutch. He's a big time goalie, right? Is that what you're saying?
He is.
He's Mr. Clutch.
And Edmonton's just had some goaltending issues in this series in terms of rotating and moving him in and out, and it's hockey. And it's 2 very close teams. So I think it's to stand here and go, man, I really like this team. I think they're going to win. I think it's always challenging to do that in the sport of hockey. But just given the goaltending advantage, if you want to give anything to home ice, sure. Given that typically later in the series, especially in the Stanley Cup Finals, referees tend to swallow the whistles a little bit more. And that would be advantage Florida. And Brad Marchand playing at a Conn Smythe level. I can't doubt him anymore. He's just in a zone right now. He's out playing Connor McDavid. So, yeah, if I got to pick a team, I'm going to go Florida tonight.
Most important to me, that means I wouldn't lose any more money because I need Florida to win. And Rosen's only reason for selecting Edmonton is because he wants a Canadian team because he doesn't like a team that's from a warm weather climate to win. How silly is that?
I'm America first. I cheer for the USA.
That is correct.
This is the same guy who'll cheer for Russia in the Olympics.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Sam Quinn writes for CBS Sports. Headline: Kevin Durant trade rumors. Sun star has no desire to get traded to the Timberwolves. None.
No!
0. Story reads as follows: Kevin Durant is almost certainly going to play for a new team next year. And if he has his way, that team will reportedly be the Rockets, Heat, or Spurs. Suns are under no obligation to get him where he wants to go, and that could mean that Durant winds up on a team outside that list. On Monday, ESPN confirmed that possibility, reporting that the Suns have focused on negotiations with 3 teams, the Rockets, Heat, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves are obviously not one of the 3 teams on that list. According to Shams, Durant, quote, Durant has no desire to be in Minnesota with the Timberwolves. 0. No desire. No! Well, you know what? We don't need him here then. If you don't want to be here, that's fine. Go play somewhere else. Go fade away. Go fade away in the Suns. Go somewhere else and end your career. We don't need you here.
Well, I did see another quote from Shams.
Okay.
Charnia.
Is this a glimmer of hope? Oh, is it Shams instead of Shams? Why did I call it
I don't know what it is. Today, so first he said the Rockets and the Heat are more realistic as of right now for Kevin Durant. There's more motivated teams than the Spurs. What the other teams are offering is just a little bit more aggressive. But then he later says, from my understanding, Minnesota isn't out of it. They're still very much engaged and active in the Kevin Durant conversation. So I think what's interesting here is it's clear the Wolves won. Reports are Durant doesn't want to be here, whether it's weather, whether it's the nice taxes down there, whatever the situation. I would be fascinated if the Timberwolves were the team that ended up acquiring him, then listening to damage control from both their side. And then, Durant's going to be asked questions about, did you not want to be here? The reports that you didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
So I think that would be fun to watch.
What if you're traded a team, you could just hold out, right? I mean, he could say, I'm not playing, I'm retiring, I guess. I don't think he would do that, but I guess that
he wants to skip out on $60 million a year,
that's
sure.
The only thing you could do is if you really didn't want to play somewhere, you would just have to say, I'm announcing my retirement from the National Basketball Association. You're right, that's highly unlikely.
Yeah, but Phoenix's standpoint, you have a player who's probably trying to dictate where he wants to go. And then the franchise of Phoenix is like, well, we should be trying to get the best deal we can get. So they're just trying to find this middle ground of.
I sort of side with the franchise on this. I mean, do you feel like they're under any obligation whatsoever for what? I mean, did Durant really do anything wonderful that organization? I mean, he played well, but they never won a title with him there, right?
Did they even win a playoff series?
I don't think they won a playoff series. So it's like, are they really under any? Because that question's often asked. If it's a, and he's a legendary player. He's first ballot Hall of Fame, right? Should they do the right thing for the player and acquiesce to his wishes? It's sort of like with Stafford. The Lions I think the Lions looked at it two ways. Matty Stafford had given everything he had for that club and had taken a beating all those years, right? And it was like, oh gosh, it's purgatory here. I mean, this is awful. We can't make this guy, so let's send him somewhere where he can maybe win, at least that was part of what was publicly stated. I think also the Lions were just saying, we're not going to be able to put enough around him in a short enough period of time that it's going to be worth our while. We need draft picks. And the Lions got, not only did they get a starting quarterback in exchange, a quarterback that actually had been to a big game. They got, how many first? Did the Lions get 2 firsts from the Rams? I thought it was 2 firsts.
2 plus Goff,
yeah. And then Goff, and they might have even gotten a couple of other picks further on. So it benefited them greatly, as we've seen. I mean, they still haven't gotten to a big game, but they've certainly been a better, even though they had some good seasons with Stafford. Stafford, I think, took them to the playoffs on 3 different occasions, and they got bounced in the first round each time. With Goff and the other players they put around him, including some players selected with those draft picks, they got to an NFC championship game and they won the division last year. Now that window is probably closed. So I don't know if I don't know if they actually really did Goff a favor, because it certainly benefited the team as well. But yeah, I think they're under no obligation to trade him to where he wants to go. If they get a better deal somewhere else, I think they got to take it. Let's, speaking of taking things, we'll take a break. And when we come back, it'll be 5-3-4. Do you have a tease, Tenna?
Yes. An anonymous coordinator likes Kwesi's selection.
Let your imagination take flight with an AI-powered PC from Lenovo. Whether it's creating digital art, designing new software, or building a portfolio for a future career, our PCs are powered by Intel Core Ultra processors to help students unlock smarter learning and unleash their creativity. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. All you have to do is choose the one that fits your passion. Head to Lenovo.com to shop AI PCs and find your perfect companion. Plus, get 5% off when you create an education account.
And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Saks Off 5th, up to 70% off every day. Summer is in full swing here at Saks Off 5th with so many exciting trends to try. From matching sets and floral dresses to wide-leg jeans and chic accessories, find all of this season's must-have styles. Plus, shop new designer arrivals weekly. Find Gucci, Valentino Garavani, Versace, Stuart Weitzman, and more. Head to SaxOffFifth.com or a Saks Off Fifth store near you for up to 70% off every day.
You know, some people say that Odoo business management software is like fertilizer, the way it promotes growth and all. But other people say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. And there's some people who would even say Odoo's individual software programs come together to build the perfect suite like building blocks. Well, Odoo is all of these things. Fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. So sign up now at odoo.com, ODOO.com.